All right, good Monday afternoon, everyone. I'm Fox 19 Now First Alert Meteorologist Brad Maushart with your 19 at noon weather show, and it's been a Monday-ish Monday. It has been a very Monday-ish Monday. It started off with a Sunday-ish Sunday. We had some really bad weather out there yesterday. Some bad storms rolling through. A lot of heavy rainfall at a lot of spots. I saw we had a landslide report, some serious flooding down in the Ripley, Ohio area. That was earlier in the afternoon, about 5 o'clock or so. Then we had a potent storm start to dive out of southeast Indiana and head close to downtown, and that storm was spinning in a few spots. Luckily not downtown, but that area of rotation went right over the airport yesterday, through Boone County, Kenton County, and it was just a mess out there yesterday. And some areas, including the airport, as that storm rolled on in, reported, all in all through the day, 2.94 inches of rainfall. And I don't have a graphic for that because I have a couple separate graphics we're going to get to in a second. But I'll tell you, 2.94 inches, almost 3 inches of rainfall in one day. That was our biggest one-day total in 2025 so far. So biggest of the year, and almost 3 inches of rainfall puts us at number 36 in the all-time one-day rainfall totals. So out of all the rainfall events we've ever had here reported in Cincinnati going back to the 1800s, that one made the top 50 list at number 36, 2.94 inches. What else do I have on here? I have some other, I have to try to read my own scribble. So far this month, we've seen 5.7 inches of rainfall. Remember, we started the month with a deficit. The first 15 days, we're running almost an inch deficit. We've turned that around now. But thanks to 5.70 inches, we're now guaranteed a surplus for the month of July, with about 11 days or so to go in terms of record keeping. 2.46 inch surplus right now. So if it doesn't rain another day, which it probably will, but if it didn't rain another day, we'd still get a surplus for the month. And the yearly surplus is back over 6.5 inches, almost 6 3/4. So messy. 5.7 inches of rainfall. I'm just going to keep throwing numbers at you to put you to sleep. 5.70, even if it doesn't rain another day this month, which I do think it will, would put us at the number 25 in wettest Julys ever. So that's not super significant. But anyway, that's all the numbers I had written down so far. And the one more number, why not? One more. 9 days in a row we've seen measurable precipitation at the International Airport, the all-time record, and I don't think we're going to break it, even with today. Now today I think we've seen some showers. I'd have to look at the odds, but at least it would put us at 10, and oh boy, is that so close. We're going to dry out tomorrow. We will not see any measurable precipitation, so it will end at 10, if not 9, somewhere in there. The all-time record is 11. We would have gotten close to it. 11 days in a row with precipitation at the airport. We have seen 9 officially, and maybe 10 today if we've seen some shower activity over at the airport, at least to get a trace in there. Anyway, let's hop to it. How about it? Here's some bad news for you. Today's sunset, 8:59. Yesterday we had our last 9 p.m. or later sunset of the year. Those sunsets are trending earlier here, and by the time we hit December, we'll see our earliest. I think it's like December 2nd through the 15th or something like that, 3rd through the 15th. We have a streak of 5:15 sunsets. I don't mind the later sunsets now that I'm not working mornings, but I know for the folks that have to get up, maybe work a third shift, it can get kind of weird, trying to go to bed and when it's still light outside or whatnot. So 8:59, our sunset time tonight, our first before that 9 o'clock, and I told you I'm just going to keep throwing numbers at you. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh man, I hit the wrong button. Sometimes when you hit the wrong button, it goes all the way to the end. Let me just back this up. Or lock up the box. One of the two things is going to happen. Let me keep on going backwards. It probably would be easier if I would just stop it and restart it like nothing happened, but that's not fun. All right. How about another weather number for you? This one, I told you I had a lot of numbers written down. Some days I struggle to find what I want to put in the weather number department. Then other days I have like 15 different ways I can go with it. Today's one of those days where I have a lot of numbers. A lot of different ways I could have went with this. But it's also an important number because today, July the 21st, holds the record for the warmest temperature we have ever recorded in Cincinnati. That was 108 degrees, set back all the way in 1936. I imagine most of you were not around when this happened. 1936. There might be a few. If you're watching, good on you. But 1936, we hit 108 degrees at it was not the International Airport, it was the site downtown. So when it comes to record keeping, does this one, I mean, compared to our normal records that we have now, should this one count? Because, is it really comparable? Because there was a little heat dome going on, a lot of pollution around downtown holding in some of that heat. So there tended to be a few more 100-degree temperatures earlier because just where the reporting site was. Now that it's over at the International Airport, we have not had a 100-degree temperature since 2012. And I'm trying to think of the last day. So that's coming up by the end of the week. It'll be the 25th. July 25th, 2012 is the last time we have seen a 100-degree temperature. It's been a long time, 13 years. It'll be this Friday since we've seen a 100-degree temperature. I don't have any 100-degree temperatures in the forecast. Best I can do for you is 90, but we'll get close. In the feels like department by the end of this week. It'll certainly feel like about 105 to 108 degrees in a few spots out there, especially where we have all the crops going this time of the year. Right now, though, actually, to start the week, I know it's pretty gloomy out there, but we will see some breaks in the clouds by this afternoon. This cloud cover behind me, it'll start to thin out a bit. Drier air is pushing in, and it will make things really comfortable outside this evening. If it dries out enough, I know it was just waterlogged at the end of the day yesterday. Most of the first half of the day was okay. But the end of the day, we got really walloped there by some rain. If you can dry out, you have to get that yard work done today, tomorrow. Those will be your days. Not only will we clear out, we'll get rid of these spotty showers, but look at that dry air that is just lurking up there to the north. We have not seen on this map, probably for like 2 weeks, I don't think. Maybe longer than that. I have not seen dew points dropping back into the 50s. Take advantage of that. Temperature-wise, 70s, not bad this time of the year either. Where the sun has peaked out, though, you can see what a difference just a little bit of sunshine makes. Evansville, 86 compared to our 76 here closer to downtown with a lot of clouds outside. Some more sunshine up to the north. That is a cold front there. That break in the clouds were kind of bows southwest there. That is a little cold front that's slowly sagging south. It's bringing in the dry air behind it. Why? Well, high pressure up there to the north is, we're on the good side, as I like to say, the high pressure. We're on the east side. And with that, we're seeing a northeast wind today, and that is off of Lake Erie. It's dragging in that cooler, drier air. We will stay on the good side of high pressure through the day tomorrow. But by the time we hit Wednesday, high pressure is still with us. It'll keep us rain-free. We do have, after today, 2 rain-free days in a row, believe it or not. Tuesday and Wednesday both look great. However, Wednesday, it'll be a change, and it's all thanks to high pressure. It'll slide a little bit further off to the east. As it does, those winds will start to shift. We'll see more of a southerly breeze by Wednesday, and that's all the difference it'll take. It'll warm things back up. We're back in the upper 80s Wednesday. Feels like temperatures back near the mid to upper 90s Wednesday afternoon. So that's just all the little difference a north wind can make this time of the year. Pretty comfy outside right now. Just a few nuisance showers. One of those in Boone County, sliding through southern Boone County right now over towards the 71-75 split. A lot of that will fall apart as we work way through the day. Hey, if you don't have this, it was the Fox 19 Now First Alert weather app. This was pretty busy yesterday. If you had it downloaded, you were getting push notifications, both automated and manual. I say that because, you'll get the automated warnings such as, lightning is in your area, heavy rain falls near your area, or, if it was bad yesterday for you, you probably got some automated, warnings sent to your palm of your hand there. That's always a great tool to have. What you also might or might not know mixed in is that sometimes we'll send out a push notification too if we see something that needs to be called out, like heavy rainfall's really pushing in, or if you're downtown you might want to get inside soon, something like that. Sometimes we can push out those notifications too. If something bad is happening, and they were flying yesterday, those notifications. We had some friends over earlier in the day. This is a fun little anecdote that you probably don't care about, much like the 25 weather numbers I threw at you towards the top of the stream here. Had some friends over. We're going to enjoy a nice Sunday. And like I said, it was pretty nice. We were sitting outside at first, maybe a little sticky outside. But other than that, it was pretty good. And then I was watching the radar, and I got some lightning notifications sent from this app. And I'm like, we should probably go inside. And then sure enough, we got that first wave of rain that pushed through at, what was it? Close to like 3 o'clock or something yesterday afternoon that pushed through closer to downtown. And so we were inside. It was still a good day. And then we were going to go to a concert. we're going out. We had a nice little snack, a little dinner at right across the river there in Covington, and sure enough, right as I'm closing out and we're getting ready to head over to the concert over at the Andrew J. Brady Music Center over there, we're going to walk across. I was watching that storm, and I'm like, I'm surprised they haven't put a severe warning on it. And sure enough, they did. And I'm like, okay, well, we have about a few minutes so we can walk over there and get into the concert before things hit us here. And sure enough, right before I even got the chance to get that sentiment out, they issued the tornado warning. And sure enough, I am like, okay, well, I apologize. We're going to miss the opener. And we took off, headed over, got into work in a couple minutes. Helped out meteorologist Aaron Ashley, who was doing a fantastic job, but I'll tell you, that is not an easy job by yourself. Trying to do all that weather stuff, there's a lot to keep track of. You're trying to obviously keep, the folks updated, and she was doing a great job, but it does help when you have, extra pair of hands. Even if that extra pair of hands was wearing a baseball cap and some casual wear, because I am not, in that situation, going to run home and change and put on a suit. So I wasn't on the camera all that much. I think you might have caught me once walking behind the camera in my baseball cap and shorts, like I do on Sundays sometimes. Believe it or not, I'm not permanently attached to these suits. And so thanks again for everybody that was tuning in. Luckily, we didn't have too much damage. I think we were on for almost 2 hours yesterday. Trying to keep you all updated. So thanks again. Got a few nice emails. Got a few angry ones, as you typically do. We had some flooding in Ripley yesterday, Ripley County and Ripley, Ohio. Ripley County, Indiana, was some flooding in the Holton area, and of course, some more flash flooding in Owen County. So, anywho, that was a long rant on yesterday. Let's go back and talk about today and tomorrow, because, like I said, the rest of the day today, pretty nice outside. Does look like we're going to clear back out late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Can't rule out some pesky fog for your Tuesday morning drive, but most of us are, comfy as you head out the door early Tuesday. I'm talking dry air, too, so that's the one thing I think could hold the fog chances down here. Otherwise, temperatures climbing right back up to about normal for this time of year. Normal, but a drier normal. It will not be too humid tomorrow afternoon. That changes by the time we hit Wednesday, with humidity starting to slide back in. So there's your Tuesday. Most of the day, mostly sunny skies. Really, really comfy out there. No case of the terrible Tuesdays this week. Working our way back through the day Wednesday, a few clouds start to drift in, but the winds are going to shift, and that is going to bring in that more humid air. A few high, thin clouds, otherwise not a bad Wednesday. Thursday's our next chance of rain, but even Thursday looks pretty good. Just a spotty chance. I have like 20%, even more a slim chance than anything. And then spotty showers return as we work our way into Friday. Of course, that is right when the Reds are back in town. They have it's probably like a 7-day homestand or something like that. I think they got... Oh, who are they playing? I don't even know. Let's look. Reds schedule. Reds schedule. They have the Nats today. Hold that thought. Reds versus Nationals. And then Friday, they have Fireworks Friday with the Rays. And, of course, Friday is our next chance for spotty storms to roll on through, as is tradition. They're here with a 3-game series with the Rays, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then they have Dodgers. Dodgers are in town for 3-game series Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then, there are 3 series in a row. They are here for a long stretch. And then, immediately picking up after Wednesday, they have a Thursday 4-game series. Nope, 3 games with the Braves. Okay, that's a weird one. Usually if they're picking up on a Thursday, they play all the way to Sunday. I lied. It is going to be a Thursday, Friday, Saturday with the Braves. So, Rays, Dodgers, Braves. Starting this Friday, running all the way through August the 2nd. Yes, that is how close August is. We are 3 Red series away from August. And then they're heading up to Chicago. Looks like they're to start that next week. They have a couple out-of-town games. They got the Cubs for a series, 4 games with the Pirates before coming back into town. So a lot of Reds coming up here. You want to be out there for that. I'm just trying to look over here at the comments here. And let's see. What else do we have? Thank you for comments. No problem, Jane. Hopefully you didn't have too much going on out there. Some crazy lightning yesterday in southern Campbell County, I believe it. Yeah, and that's always a good sign, or a bad sign, I guess. It's it's definitely an indication that storms are pretty intense when you have a lot of lightning. If it looks like the paparazzi's outside your window trying to take pictures, that storm is pretty intense, and that's a good indication that the storms are strengthening. So if you have a tornado warning storm and you barely see any lightning, it's not that it's not possible. But generally, your more tornadic storms are going to generate more friction, more static, and generally you have more discharge in the form of lightning. And anyway, that's just what I've seen in the past doing a lot of storm chasing and stuff. Usually, the storms that don't have a lot of lightning probably not going to produce much tornadic activity. But when you start getting a lot of flashes outside, that's an issue. Warm weather, be back. Yep, you are right, Sam. Warm weather. I'm about ready to talk about it. When we do dry back out Tuesday, Wednesday, temperatures, are going to be going back up. We'll have some 90s Thursday with just that slim chance for storms. And then Friday, ahead of this cold front, we'll be in the 90s too for that first Reds game. Just a slim or spotty chance for a few storms out there. Better rain chances hold off until the second half of the weekend. Saturday, you can see a nice dry start. So if you have the early Saturday plans, I just have to stop going off script here. Early Saturday plans look pretty good, but a spotty chance in the afternoon. Then Sunday, it looks to be a little bit more scattered. Still not a washout, just like this past weekend. I know it was bumpy out there. We had a lot of nasty weather, but we had some dry time too. This weekend looks even better than this past weekend. Yes, there will be storm chances here on Sunday, but not a washout for that. And then we hang on to rain chances in the next week too. The cold front doesn't really pass us by. It gets close. It's close enough to kind of start to wring out the sponge a little bit, but it does not pass us by, which means we are not going to see the relief like what we'll see outside today and tomorrow. Next Monday, a slim chance, and we're right back up near that 90-degree mark. And this is the good news. We've seen a ton of rain the last couple of weeks officially at the airport. Like I said, we've seen 9 consecutive, almost 10 consecutive days of rain. We are going to dry back out and stay dry, and even when we do see the rain pushing back in, it's not a lot. Some spots, most spots, really under that 1-inch mark, where that starts to pick up in the blue shaded area. It's pretty spotty in our neck of the woods, so we'll take it outside here for this week, a little drier. And like I said, the trend for the dew point, it is not going to stay down long. You'll get relief tonight, tomorrow. And then by Wednesday, it's already starting to go right back up to tropical, so take advantage of the breaks where you can. Temperatures, like I said, not too bad here either. A little bit above normal as we dry out for, like I said, Thursday, Friday, and feels like temperatures, though, those days as we see that tropical humidity return. I mean, this is what we're talking about, the temperature, the feels like temperature department, 106. It's not the hottest temperature we've ever seen here in the tri-state, but it will definitely feel like the hottest temperature. It'll feel like that 108 we saw back in 1936 almost in a few spots out there by the end of this week. So stay cool, stay hydrated outside, and like I said, enjoy the sunshine. At least I can take a 3-day break here from saying the word rain. I'm tired of saying that. Got the hot coffee today. 90 on Thursday. Again, pretty nice through much of the week. Our rain chances ramp up when the Reds come back into town, of course. 90 out there Friday, just a spotty chance if you're going to Reds fireworks Friday against the Rays or any of the games that series. The biggest one we'll have to worry about is Sunday, I think. We'll see some slightly better chances for more widespread storms, but overall, pretty summer-like normal forecast. At least we're catching breaks now. It's not a consistent rain chance every single day. So some breaks in there, especially Tuesday, Wednesday, slim storm chance Thursday. That's not the right forecast because that's the AM version. Let me just pull up the right one. It was a busy morning. Top of that, we had some computer joys. It was a very Monday-ish Monday, like I told you, off the top of the stream. So here is the PM version of that. So again, nice outside Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll give you that bonus day into Monday of next week, and you'll see where that temperature jump starts to happen again. The cold front doesn't pass us by. It'll cool us briefly into the mid-80s, and we're right back into the upper 80s by Monday with a slim storm chance. So let me check the Facebook comments here. If there are none, I'm going to call it early because you know what? It's been a day. Let's see here. See if we got any comments on this Facebook page. Okay. Hop in over here. Turn down the volume so I don't hear myself. That is crazy. Amy, I don't know what part of it you're talking about, but I'll take your word for it. It could have been all the numbers I threw off at the top of the stream. It could have been the high temperatures the next couple of days. I'm not really sure, but good seeing you. Hopefully your Monday's off to a good start. Yeah, Sam was talking here in the comments, something about cutting the grass outside. I didn't have time this morning because the computers put me back about an hour, but I would normally make a mowing forecast for this because I haven't been able to use it in like 2.5 weeks, it seems like, because there really haven't been good opportunities where I can guarantee that you'll have dry time or comfortable time to get outside. But really, if you're smarter than me, and you didn't cut the grass on Friday when it was sweltering hot just because you thought you'd have a break in the rain. You do have nice clearing happening tonight. It'll be really comfortable out there, too. That lower humidity is filtering in. It's not going to be chilly or anything. You're not going to be able to throw the flannel on or something like that. But here's the dew points right now, and you can already see some of that coolerish, drierish air settling on in up to the north, some 50s and low 60s, which it doesn't sound like it's that great. But this time of the year, we're at our moistest time of the year, in our moistest month. Even Lebanon down to 66. It never gets that low this time of the year with the corn, so it's really good out there. You'll have an opportunity to get outside tonight, tomorrow, even Wednesday. No good rain chances out there the next couple of days, so you'll be able to get out and enjoy, or hate a little bit less, and I guess maybe would be the phrase there. Hate doing your yard work just a little bit less the next couple of days before things start to ramp back up. Wednesday will be warmer, but at least it's still dry. So, I mean, if that's your day you have to do it, you won't get rained on or anything. But you'll sweat it out a little bit more on Wednesday as humidity values start to tick back up. So get out there, enjoy some of that. Those are the only comments I had so far. Hopefully, again, you guys were all good after yesterday's bad weather. I'm going to throw the 7-day forecast back onto the screen for you. I will launch it at you at high velocity. Here it comes. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. It's loading. It's coming, though. Oh, that is not it. That's my full screen face. You don't want that. There we go. 7-day forecast again. Temperatures not too bad out there the next couple days, near normal, and with that, relatively low humidity for the evening hours tonight, all day Tuesday, and early Wednesday. That's your time frame to get outside. I'm not saying it's going to be awful by the end of the week, but it will certainly feel like July again. 90 outside. Slim storm chance returns Thursday. Rain chances pick up a bit Friday and Saturday, with better rain chances on Sunday. Sunday, our next wettest day. Not to say we're not going to catch some breaks in there. I do think we see some sunshine, but there will be a scattering of storms we'll have to contend with. Brief cool down. Rain cooled 86 apiece there Saturday and Sunday before we ramp things back up again. Into next week, almost back to 90 again to start next work week, with just a slim chance for storms. So get outside, enjoy some of that low humidity, enjoy some time outside, and we'll be back here at 3 and 4 o'clock. Steve will be back in this evening, and then we'll do it all over again into Tuesday. A not so terrible Tuesday this week. Enjoy it, everybody.